Hiya. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the very first episode of the Supporters Club. It's basically something I've set up recently to give all football fans an opportunity to talk football. So I just thought I'd do a test run tonight for Tottenham fans because we're the ones that talk sense, aren't we? And we probably got the most stuff to moan about. So yeah, if you've got the link, you should have done because you'll know about it. You'll be watching on Facebook, or if you've got the message through Discord or on the WhatsApp chats, then click on the StreamYard link that I've sent. Come on board, join the. It would drop you into a green room, so you won't go straight to the studio, straight to air. But pop on your real name on your where it asks for your name, and come and get involved. It'd be great to get things kicked off tonight. We can do a couple of these Spurs ones. We can maybe do one tomorrow night for the transfer window as well. But yeah, tonight is really just about testing it, seeing how it all goes, and seeing if people engage with it to start with. But the plan eventually is to open it up for all football fans. So maybe do a couple a week and a couple shows a week, and so we get on. So yeah, get on the StreamYard link that I've sent out. You'll see it on the Facebook and things like that. Click on it, and then yeah, if you can do that, that'd be great. Thank you very much, and get involved because it's hopefully it could turn out to be quite a good thing to be doing. But so yeah, get started. Right, so what are we going to talk about? So we're going to talk about Tottenham. There's been a lot going on this season. So we've obviously had a new manager in the summer. A couple of players left the club. Unfortunately, on the back of Postecoglou winning our first trophy for since 2008, actually, isn't it? So 17 years after that final in Bilbao. So yeah, summers are never boring supporting Tottenham, are they? So we've had a big turnaround. So yeah, so we'll see if we can get people involved. I'm not going to sit here talking for 10 minutes by myself. You know, maybe nice if people can come on and we'll have a chat and just bounce around some hopes, expectations, and probably disappointment ultimately tomorrow for the transfer deadline day, which finishes at 7:00. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in Oscar, who's my lad. He's just next door. He's going to come in and we're just going to have a little chat. But whilst we're talking about Tottenham, feel free to click on the StreamYard link, get involved, and then we'll see where we go from there. But hopefully we can get a few people come in and just have a chat. That's all it is. Nothing more than that. We're all Spurs fans. Most of us have met each other anyway. So yeah, right. So I'll bring in Oscar. There he is. How you doing, mate? You all right?
Yeah, you?
Yeah, not bad. Right. So what do you just to talk about some football to start with? Some obviously Tottenham. Tell us a little bit about why you started supporting Tottenham and what you've been doing with the club.
Well, firstly, I didn't really have a choice. You brought me straight into it. With the club, I've been supporting it since I was born. I've been wearing Spurs shirts since I was a little baby. I went to my first Spurs match when I was about 4, I would say, and since then I've been loving it and love supporting Spurs.
All right, brilliant. So just to give us a bit of background, I'm sure a lot of people on here have met you either on trips or matches and all this kind of thing when we've played some games. Who's your favourite player at the minute?
Well, there's a couple. I quite like Mickey van der Ven because I'm centre back, he's a centre back. Well, there's a couple others like Dominic Solanke's quite good. Jed Spence, like him, he's quite good right back and left back. Can play anywhere. Okay. Yeah. Like Mikey Moore's just gone onto loan to Rangers, pretty sure, and I quite like him. He's quite young and really quick and bits. Yeah.
Yeah. So do you like Mikey Moore because he's a young player coming through the academy and joining the club and we're joining the first team?
Yeah, I quite like lots of people who came through the club because, we've watched a couple under 21s, so we've seen quite a lot of them. Yeah. So I quite like Harry Kane. He was really good because he came through the club and bits.
Yeah. Okay. So so you said Mickey van der Ven. What do you like about Mickey van der Ven?
Well, I'm a centre back in my football, and he's a centre back, so I take quite a lot of like tactics type stuff out of him.
Yeah.
Like how to play centre back and bits, and his pace.
Okay. Are you as quick as Van der Ven?
Probably not.
Probably not. Maybe on your bike.
Yeah.
Okay. So what did you? So what were your? What was your? It'd be interesting. What's your opinion on getting rid of Postecoglou? Do you think it? Do you
Well,
think it was the right decision?
yeah, because we did. You can argue about it from winning the Europa League and bits, but like he didn't do well in the
Hmm.
Premier League. It's
Yeah.
like coming just after relegation zones, not good enough.
Yeah. Yeah. I think ultimately that was it, wasn't it? Losing 22 games out of 38 league games. Do you know what I mean? It's unforgivable, really, for any manager, let alone a manager of a club with expectations to be certainly pushing that top four. Um, what do you think of Thomas Frank? What's your early opinions of Thomas Frank?
I would say he's better than Postecoglou. I've seen him play on the telly quite a lot because he managed Brentford, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
Um, his tactics look quite good. It's funny that he's been doing his homework on throw-ins.
yeah,
You can tell that he's got the longest throw, like people, so like who is it, Bergvale and Kevin Danso taking the throws. It's just like corners. It's good tactics and yeah.
yeah. Okay. So what about the signings we've brought in? Obviously, there's a couple of players from last season that we had on loan. So Kevin Danso, Matisse Tal, a couple of players like that. Do you think it was a good move to make those transfers permanent?
But it's quite handy with Kevin Danso because, well, one, he's sent back, and if, like, because Mickey van der Ven's had a couple hamstring injuries, if he does it again, we've got a backup
Yeah.
other than Davies. And yeah, like Matthias Tell, he's done quite well last season. I'd like to see a couple more starts from him.
Okay. What do you think Matty Tell can offer? I know we've not seen a massive amount of him, really, have we? But what do you think he can bring to the team?
He's definitely able to pay, like just pace it down the wing and then like beat a man and get the shots off and crosses in, which we
Yeah.
quite need one of them.
Yeah. Okay. I think there's someone like Matty Tell. I think there's a lot more to come from him, isn't there? He's still young, although he has played quite a lot of games for Bayern Munich. I think he was around 60 or 70 appearances. But yeah, I think Matty Tell is certainly one with the future in mind. Do you know what I mean? He's not going to be the finished product at, what is he, 20, 21 years old. I think there's a lot more to come from him. I've just seen a message from Kerry. Yeah, so Kerry, if you click on the link, the StreamYard link that was sent out, I think you may have seen it posted on the Facebook group. If you click on StreamYard, it will come up. Type in your name and just enter the studio. If you click on it, it should come in. And then we'll just get you on. We'll just have a couple of minutes chat if you want, or as long as you want. If you want to talk till midnight, we'll talk till midnight. Or maybe give it to Jay. Get Jay involved. I know Jay's got a lot of common sense around Tottenham as well. I know you're both big fans. So yeah, come on board. But yes, Oscar, we're talking about Matisse Tau. Do you see him as being somebody that this season can grow into the side, or are you expecting more of him straight away?
He can definitely grow into the side. Well, quite a lot of players can.
Hmm.
It's not you can't just bring in a new manager with new tactics and expect every player to fit in straight away.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think we can definitely like fit into the side and grow into the side.
Yeah. Okay. So if we go on to, if we say a little bit about, we just stick with the players who played for us last season that we've made permanent this summer. So if we look at Kevin Danso, what's been your impressions of him so far?
He's not played that much, so he's not seen much of him, but he's quite a good. I wouldn't say start him over like Mickey Van Ven or Romero and bits, but
No.
he's definitely a good like backup defender or centre
Yeah.
back. There's not really much I can say about him. He's not seen much of him.
No, he's certainly got a throw on him, isn't he?
Yeah, it's like almost like a corner.
Yeah, it is. I think it's something that Thomas Frank has made quite clear from day one that he's looking at our side as he wants to build a team that can score from many areas of the pitch. So he's certainly going to make the most of set pieces. And I'm not saying Postecoglou last season or the season before neglected set pieces, but I think it was certainly highlighted as a weakness of ours, wasn't it? like especially defensive corners. And I think we've already seen, like with the PSG game and such like. I think we are a threat from set pieces. We've got a lot of big lads in the side now, haven't we? So I think it's important to make the most of. I know Solanke hasn't played much, but people like him, Van der Ven, and people like that. I think even Bentancur is half decent in the air, isn't he? And people like that. So, but we'll see. Yeah. So if we look on the players that are new to the club this summer, so Simons, Xavi Simons. Yeah. Have you seen much of him? YouTube?
Well, I've not really seen much of him, but I've seen a couple highlights and bits. He's can beat a man, definitely. It will be quite good for the like centre mid and bits for us, because not getting Eze and Gibbs White is disappointing, but he'll definitely play well for us and hopefully get a couple of goals and help our team come top 5.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's there's a couple of things there you mentioned. So if we say you said about him getting a couple of goals, is that what we're expecting from him? Goals, assists? Do you think he's going to be that player that can come in and make a difference?
He can definitely shoot. I've seen a couple of highlights of him shooting outside the box, going straight in, top bins bits.
Top bins. What's that? Just for our older viewers, what's top bins?
Top corner.
Top corner. There we go. Yeah, I think. Do we think that? I personally think that Simons, or we'll soon find out how you pronounce it. But I think he's certainly someone that we maybe missed yesterday. That type of player, like him or Kulusevski or Madison, or someone that can just pick a lock, unpick a lock. Do you know what I mean? Somebody that just when the games are tight, things aren't quite flowing. Someone that can just turn on that little bit of magic and just make a difference. Is that something you're looking from him?
Well, like I said, with Matthias Tettel, he's definitely going to grow into the club and improve as we play, but can't really expect much from him straight away signing him. You can't put much pressure on him, but hopefully he can be that star boy making all those last minute like chances and bits.
Yeah, definitely. And what about so we move on to our other big signing as well, Kudus, Mohamed Kudus. What do you make of what you've seen of him so far?
Class, in the Man City games and bits, he's beating men down the wing like they're not there.
Yeah. Okay. So do you think he's another player that can over the season make a difference?
Definitely, especially down the wing, the pace, the skills. He's quite good at going down the wing, cutting in, getting those crosses like he assisted for Richarlison's bicycle kick.
Yeah, definitely. I think he's. Yeah, he is. Yeah, I think he's someone that can. Do you know what I mean? He can provide an assist. He's, looking at how he did it, albeit his first season at West Ham was really good. Last season was probably a bit more hit and miss. I know a few West Ham fans that obviously watched him regularly last season, and they kind of said that last season wasn't as good as the first season. But West Ham struggled last season as well, didn't they? So maybe he's a player that is going to perform better in a more consistent side. So that consistent performance from him might go hand in hand with the team performing better. And Palhinha, what's your thoughts on him?
He's outstanding player in the middle, like with just grabbing tackles and bit. When he was at Fulham, 2 years. For 2 years, he got most tackles in a season, and he was like 150 odd away from the second place.
Yeah. Do you think that's someone we've missed in the side over the last few years? Somebody who is that tough tackler, someone that's willing to put their body on the line and ultimately enjoy that defensive side of the midfield.
100%. Like he's a bit of a playmaker. He can get those balls and make a simple pass instead of just hoofing it up the line for the sake of it.
Yeah. No, I think he is good. I think he's one that's going to grow into the team personally. I think he got taken off yesterday. I think he's just building his minutes up. He didn't really have a pre-season with Bayern, did he? So I think he's one that's going to certainly grow into it. So transfer deadline tomorrow, Oscar. Just before we go into that, we'll start talking about the transfer deadline. But anyone watching, if you want to get involved, I know there's a few of you watching now. If you want to get involved, head across. You would have seen the link somewhere because that's the only way you're in here for tonight. It's a bit of a test one, really, just for Spurs fans, predominantly based in Cornwall, down here in the southwest. Click on the StreamYard link, which is on the notice that I've sent out, and get involved. It's pretty simple. Just click on the link, click on Enter Studio, enter your name, and get involved. You won't come straight to the on air if you like. You'll come into like a little waiting bit, and I'll just add you in. So yeah, come on board, jump on in. I know Kerry's toying with it, Kerry and Jay. So if you can, jump on in. It's pretty easy to do. So yeah, just click on it, get involved, and we can talk some Tottenham. You don't need to be on forever, just a few minutes. I'm just padding up some time with Oscar in a bit. So yeah, Oscar. So transfer deadline day tomorrow, 7:00. What are you hoping for? What are you expecting?
We've not really had. Well, I'd quite like Savinho or that Akanji guy, but from Man City. But it doesn't look like we're going to really get them. See, not much news about them recently for the last couple of days. I think we're getting them.
No. Do you think it's the case that Tottenham, we like to kind of drag things out a bit? And
it's definitely Daniel Levy's fault that we didn't sign like Eze and bits, but because just
I think I think personally on that one, I said before, I think Daniel Levy likes to walk away from a deal, whether he's selling or buying. I think he likes to walk away believing that he's got one up on whoever he's dealing with. And sometimes it's all well and good, saving a few quid, and I get that. We're we're a football club, we're a business. Things of the bottom line, money has got to add up, hasn't it? We can't just run at a loss, which I'm confident that we in the foreseeable future we never will. But I think he's certainly someone that does look to save money where he can, which is a good way in doing it. Do you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, but it does cost us. I think like the Morgan Gibbs White deal, I think that's something that we certainly could have got done within a lot sooner than what we did. I think it was our stalling and haggling that kind of cost us in the end, and the same with Eze in a way. I think that's slightly different. Eze, is he somebody that you would have liked to have seen come to the club?
100%. Like we've seen loads of games from him on TV, and I think we've seen a couple of games for him playing for England at Wembley. But he's really good. He's class. He's really good in that middle, winning the balls, making those like battles, aerial battles, winning the headers, everything.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I agree. I think Eze would have been a superb sign, and I think he's one that would have come in and hit the ground running as well. I think he's kind of that obviously that proven Premier League level, that he would have just come in and had an immediate impact on the side. But just a reminder, guys, for you watching, we're staying on air for a bit longer. If you want to come on in and join us, have a little chat about all things Tottenham. You can have a moan, a whinge, praise. You can do whatever you want. It's all about Tottenham. Tell us about why you started supporting Tottenham. Anything you want. All right. It's just click on the StreamYard link, which you've already got, and it's pretty simple from there. You don't need to download anything. It's all done via the link. Even if your internet isn't that great, it's all done by StreamYard. So I don't know the technical side of it, but they hold the majority of the bandwidth, if you like. So if that's even the right term, but so yeah, just click on the link, get involved. You'll be ready to go. Kerry's there. I can see Kerry. We'll bring you on in a second, Kerry. You're right. Deep breath, have a swig of wine, and we'll bring you on in a second. So yeah, just come on in, get involved. All right, we're on YouTube live tonight. The plan is that we may do another one for Tottenham tomorrow once the transfer window's finished, and we can have a bit of a summary on how we all feel about how the transfer window's gone and how that's going to affect the rest of the season. So we'll do that tomorrow night. We'll do that sometime after 7. So I'll send out links the same as I've done tonight. But yeah, the plan long term really is to get this up and running, and it's going to be for all football fans. So no matter who you support, it's just basically a voice, a platform for you to come on, have a little moan about your club, whoever it is. I know Tottenham, we love a good moan, don't we? So you can come on, get involved, and talk about your club. So Oscar, we're just saying about kind of like Daniel Levy and that. We've been talking about Eze. What do you think he's going to do tomorrow? Who do you feel we can bring in?
As Daniel Levy, I don't think he'll do anything. He's like Eze, he's backed out a bit, like throwing a Richarlison in.
Yeah.
put pressure on him. I think it's quite good that he's gone on, scored an amazing goal,
Yeah.
kind of shushed Daniel Levy a bit up, but
Yeah.
other than that, I think he needs to leave.
Needs to what? Sorry.
He needs to leave.
Daniel Levy. You think
Yeah.
he needs to leave? What would you hope for?
Just for him to leave and get a new thing,
Bring a new chairman or owner in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's always the wish, isn't it? We always want somebody to bring in and just chuck bucket loads of money in it. But I think PSR now has kind of made that difficult, isn't it? Which Newcastle found out. But if you hold there, Oscar, all right, we'll get Kerry in. All right, and we'll see what Kerry's got to say. All right, I'll just take you out a second, mate, and then we'll bring you back in a minute. All right.
Bye.
Thanks, mate. Right, let's welcome Kerry. Kerry, how you doing?
Hi, Paul. Not too bad, thanks. Can you hear me okay?
I can, yeah. You come through loud and clear.
Good. Good.
You keeping all right?
Yeah, this is a lovely surprise having this on.
Jay, all right?
Yeah, he's not too bad. Getting on all right.
Yeah, so you've probably seen what I was talking to Oscar about there. We were just having a chat about how it's kind of gone so far.
Well, yeah, I kind of missed it because I was trying with the link and everything now, so I had to keep going away and coming back and then saying, oh no, I couldn't do that. So Jay came down and then he sorted it all right.
Saved the day, did he?
He did.
Is he going to come on a bit and have a chat? Or?
He might do, he might not.
He might do. Yeah. Right, we'll see how it goes. So, Kerry, how did you, just a quick, just to get to know you a little bit for people watching, how did you get into the mad world of supporting this football club?
Oh, ever since I was doing my paper round and it was the Gaza era. So I used to collect paper cuttings of Gaza constantly. I've still got them and I haven't been able to throw them away. My dad used to go to London for work. So every now and again we'd go to the Spurs shop and get all the calendars and everything. It used to be brilliant. My first match was, I think it was for my 25th, wasn't it, Jay? I think 0-0 Aston Villa thriller. But
was it?
I've just been hooked on it. It's just I live and breathe Spurs. To be honest, it's my main interest.
Is it? So you were hooked on a 0-0 draw?
No, I was hooked before that. The stadium and everything, even though it was 0-0, it was just such a brilliant. And now that we've got obviously the new stadium is just amazing, isn't it? But
it's unbelievable.
I miss that so much. Yeah, I mean, what you do with the coach is just brilliant, isn't it? Going to the Spurs matches and that. So
yeah, it's been good. We've done when did we founded in 2014, so this is our 11th season. It was the season Pochettino took over at Tottenham. Actually, it was our first season.
Yeah, because we joined up, didn't we, at the time, and it was so good.
You did, yeah. You think like it's only 11 years, like almost going into our 11th year. We've seen so many changes at the football club and just the world, really, haven't we? I mean, we went through COVID for a couple of years, and there was so many ups and downs and things like that. But
I mean, Bale hit on the wrong time, didn't he? Coming back during COVID, can you imagine if you'd have been able to see him in the stadium?
Oh, it would have been phenomenal. I think the game where we tore Arsenal apart at home, didn't we? It was such a shame. There was nobody there to see it. It was
I know, yeah.
When Mourinho was obviously manager. But what? Just a quick, just pause there, Kerry. We've got a few people tuning in. I just want to remind people, if you click on the StreamYard link, it will actually bring you into our kind of waiting area, if you like. Then I can see you waiting. So then I can bring you in, and then you can just talk about all things Tottenham, like Kerry's doing, and Oscar's done just before that. So. What have you? So I haven't spoken to you for a while, Kerry. What did you make of Postecoglou? What did you make of his kind of tenure at Tottenham and the way it kind of ended?
That was just so sad, wasn't it? Because you never know what season 3 would have been like now. You just never know. But then it was so funny when he hedged his bets and said, oh, well, and sometimes the main character gets killed in season 3. It was just so funny with all his comments that he came back with, wasn't he? But Frank looks like he's going to be interested in his press conferences and everything, actually. I'm quite enjoying his. They're really detailed. And he did have a bit of a laugh and a joke with the news reporters the other day, didn't he? When he said, oh, I see we've signed an international like Jed Spence.
Jed Spence was England call up.
I mean, I just can't believe that we've got Javi. Can you?
No, to be honest, I haven't really seen a massive amount of him. I've seen him like in some Bundesliga games, and obviously when he was
Well,
at
he's been
the
going
Euros.
around for 10 years, though, apparently.
I know. He started
no, he can't have been, can he? Because 22, but it feels like he's been around for ages.
But he was in the Barcelona academy, wasn't he? So they've got a bit of a record for producing good footballers.
He's been literally known as a wonder kid for 10 years, hasn't he? I think I've got 10 years from somewhere. So
you're probably right. It's probably when they're about 12, isn't it? But I think he's technically a very good player. He can score goals, and maybe he was that, like I said to Oscar just now, I don't know if he called it, but he's probably that kind of player that we were maybe missing yesterday. Just somebody who can make a bit of a difference in games. Because
we're a worry up front, aren't we, at the minute? It is a worry.
I was worried about Frank's comments yesterday when he said we'll be right with Solanke and Richarlison. I do think we need a little bit of a reshuffle around that kind of area, whether it's one of the two leaving or whether it's an addition with somebody who can play one of the three positions behind but also can lead the line, because he does like in quite a lot of games, he does like to go with the two up top, doesn't he? So
I mean, it's just ridiculous that Solanke was never injured for Bournemouth, was he? Comes to us, it feels like we've hardly seen Solanke, to be honest.
The curse of Tottenham, eh?
Yeah, which is what I'm hoping doesn't happen with Javi.
No, that's it. Yeah, I think it's unfortunate, really. It's one of them, isn't it? It's a shame because, do you know, Solanke, I think, is one of those players that needs to feel fit. He needs to be fit to get the best out of him.
Yeah, because I wasn't even aware he was injured, and then all of a sudden he wasn't even on the bench yesterday.
Yeah, he kind of dropped that one in, didn't he? I know. I've got a bit of a habit now watching the press conferences on the Friday. You can all pick up a stream of it from somewhere. And he didn't mention it. The only ones he kind of mentioned were Basuma, and he spoke a bit about Dragishin, but he didn't mention.
It was a bit of a surprise that he just wasn't there at all now.
Maybe it was one that he felt, look, if he's going to go on the bench, he's not really going to play. Let's leave him out for a couple of weeks because of the international break, and then he'll come back and maybe come straight back in. But I don't know. It's a difficult one, isn't it? But
can't believe we've got an international break now with Javi just having signed, and we all want to watch him play. Now we've got to wait 2 weeks.
Yeah, and the problem is he'll have a couple of games to Holland now in between, won't he?
Yeah, I'll be watching the Netherlands closely.
Yeah, we just make sure we don't. It'd be terrible if we picked up an injury. It'd be typical Tottenham, wouldn't it? But so just going back to, like we were touching on there, we digressed a little. But Postecoglou, were you supporting him leaving? Did you feel it was time for him to go?
You see, again, it's typical Tottenham, isn't it? All the injuries, because it's clear that we weren't that, we weren't 17th or whatever we ended up as, was just clearly not us. And he did do it just to get that trophy win. And what an amazing time, the parade and everything was just perfect about that, wasn't it? And Sonny's last blooming game for us. But the matches were a blooming hard watch, weren't they? I mean, I really felt for you guys trekking up and down, coming back with your losses all the time.
Oh, it's
really can't have been great for you guys, but we'll never know, will we?
No, that's it.
To be honest, I wasn't enjoying the matches all that much. I didn't see a lot of the handball that was talked about so much. Did you?
No, not really. What, last season and that?
Yeah,
not really. We saw the best of it, I think, the first half of the season before, didn't we?
Yeah. Well, I saw a thing that has he got the most points as a manager for the first 9 matches or something? I saw floating around somewhere. Yeah, so he must have, at one point he must have been good, mustn't he, for us? And then I think it's just injuries always get us. And this is, like Oscar says, it's down to Levy, that surely, isn't it?
Well, I think there was a lot of things wrong with the football club, wasn't there? I think Postecoglou spoke a lot about the medical department and needed kind of like a rebuild almost
Yeah.
from the ground up. But there was a lot of things wrong with the back room and things like that. So, and I think he felt the frustrations from that. Um, you just felt a disconnect between the backroom staff almost and Postecoglou and his
And then
assistants.
the press conferences and everything was starting to get, he was starting to get antsy with the press and everything. And you can just see it. It's the same rinse and repeat with all of it, really, isn't it, with Spurs managers?
It's Tottenham, isn't it? We always seem to have that kind of first year honeymoon. 6 months into the next year, we kind of all goes a bit wrong, doesn't it? But
what do you think? Were you pleased that he went in the end?
I wasn't pleased. No, not at all. I think he was a very, very likable guy.
Yeah, he was.
And I think it was refreshing, really, to have a manager in place that didn't talk in riddles. I think, like with Mourinho and Conte and managers like this, you couldn't really relate to what they were trying to get across. They would always talk, I don't know, just almost like playing games with the media. But Conte, I just didn't understand what he was talking about most of the time.
No. But he was annoying on the touchline, though, to be honest. When we weren't doing anything, he'd just sort of stand there and look, which did annoy me. At least with Frank, he's like, no, Ange now. He didn't do a lot on the bench, did he? On the touchline. Did you see him, though? Because we only see what the telly shows us, don't we? But you being there, did you see him sort of look a bit more animated or not really?
No, not really. I think what you see on TV is normally a decent flavour of what you get, isn't it? It's yeah, I don't know how much impact does a manager ranting and raving on the sideline. How much does it really have? I don't know. It's
just a little bit of direction, though. If they look like they're struggling, you could like sort of, I don't know, stick some. I was going to say stick some fingers up. You know, they take their fingers. Stick their fingers up with the formations and that to show, you know, a little bit of a change of in-game change, isn't it, really? Whereas I think Frank's got a bit more of that with him, hasn't he?
I think he has, I think like we've seen this in the games already. I think like Postecoglou's downfall ultimately was the fact that he had his way of playing and he stuck with it. There was no deviating from that, was there?
No.
And it almost like kind of runs true that the first 4 or 5 months was our best football. Well, I say up until about Christmas, wasn't it? 2023, and then teams kind of sussed us out a bit, didn't they? They knew we weren't.
Yeah, I think that was it. Once they sussed us out, that was it. There was no plan B or plan C or anything, was there?
No, there wasn't. No, we kind of. I think with Frank now, we've seen what PSG, Burnley, Man City, and yesterday was kind of a bit of a dud game, wasn't it? But we see a different plan in each game. But
yes, we have.
But ultimately, he's only changed 2 players, hasn't he? Like Kudus and Paulinho, really. There's been nothing. No, I mean, this is pretty much 85%, whatever the exact numbers are, of the side, and that lost 22 out of 38. So we're not going to see, you know, for as much as we get carried away with beating Man City away, as we always do. It's easy to get carried away with that, but we just need to realise
that we've always lost the next game after winning Man City, aren't they? So maybe it's just one of them things. It's just always going to happen. Move on. It's just such a shame that we've got this stupid international break now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's frustrating. It's come. It's I think international football, everyone gets a bit. Yeah, we get a bit knocked by it, don't we? But so, what are your hopes for tomorrow, Kerry? What's Father Christmas going to bring for us on transfer deadline day?
Well, the names floating about are Morgan Rogers, aren't they? Don't know a lot about him, if I'm being honest. Is he midfield?
Yeah, midfield, plays out wide. He's quick, and he's a very good footballer. I think he's going to cost close to 100 million. I think is the numbers, and I don't think we're going to end up spending money like that again, are we?
No. And Savino, that's a really weird one, isn't it? Because he just hasn't played for City. So what's the point of keeping him at City if he's not even playing, just to sit in?
Well, maybe it's one that Guardiola's looked at and says, look, his head's not quite right, whether it be he wants to come to us or somewhere else. So if his head's not right, he's just leaving him out.
He's heavily linked as wanting to come to us, but there's been so much. I've had to switch Twitter off half the time now because just so many. I'm sure it's just reporters just making up rumours just for the sake of it at the minute.
I think so. I don't think you're far wrong. I think it's a lot
I
of
think it's just to goad us all, isn't it?
Yeah, then they do tend to reel us in, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
But all right, is Jay going to come on in a bit and have a chat, or I know we've got Harry and Hussein sitting by who can jump in for a minute if Jay wants to come on in a couple of minutes.
You want to go on, Jay, or not?
Yeah, I'll have a.
Oh, he says he will have a little.
Will he? Do we go to? I'll go to Hussein and Harry,
Okay,
and then we'll bring Jay back in a second. Is that all right?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, nice to speak to you, Kerry.
Yeah, you too. Take care. And this is great that you're doing this. Good one. Keep it up.
No worries. Thank you very much.
All right, bye.
I'll see you in a bit. All right. Cheers. Right, yeah, so those that are watching, you would have got the link at some point today or this evening. The StreamYard link is the one you want. Just click on it. You don't need to download anything. It will take you straight to our studio where you'll sit in the background and we'll bring you in as and when. We've got a few people waiting. We've got quite a few people watching, so thank you very much. And if you're on YouTube, don't forget, in the cheesy old way, click that like and subscribe and things like that, so get involved. So we've got Hooligan Harry and Hussein, so we'll bring them in. How you doing, guys?
All right, how are you, mate? You all right?
Not bad. I'm surprised you're at home. You're normally hanging off the roof of Tottenham, or
I got back about 5 o'clock this evening. So yeah, it's been a long few days, but yeah,
really?
yeah,
Oh, you've had a living the dream.
Something like that.
Yeah. How you doing, Harry? You all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, enjoying it, mate?
Yeah.
Yeah, man of many words.
Man of many words, yeah.
Brilliant. So, what do we think then, gents?
Yeah, well, we were there obviously Saturday.
Yeah.
Disappointing, really. Just didn't click. Nothing seemed to really just click. I don't know what happened there. Benton Cole looked off it. Paulinho looked off it. Yeah. We're gonna get days like this, but after the promise of the first 2 games, it was a bit flat, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah. What were you so did you stay up Friday night?
Oh no, we went up Tuesday night because obviously we split our August up because of school holidays. So
right, okay.
We did a bit of the Skywalk, which was really good, as you recommended, really good. Right. And then did some other, children's activities during the week. And obviously Tottenham Bournemouth yesterday. So it's been a long few days. But
what were you expecting, like on the way to the ground, like on a train or car? Was it train you took? Was it? What were you kind of expecting from the game?
Well, I thought we win.
Confident, like no other result.
Yeah, because the way the first 2 games we've played, I mean, we've got really good, especially against Man City. We were excellent. And as Kerry pointed out there, quite rightly, we never win after we beat Man City. And I don't think we've actually won a game before an international break in the last 6 seasons. It's another stat I saw.
I've seen that. Yeah, that's scary, isn't it?
Yeah, something in the mentality there. But no, it was a case of, going in there to win. As poor as we was, Paul, I have Bournemouth, to be quite honest with you, they went down every time and they rolled around. They stayed down 2 or 3 minutes. They knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
That Iriola knows what he's doing with them. They were 1-0 up and shut the door.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, they could have got 2 or 3 more.
Yeah.
But they played the game out. The referee was atrocious. Simon Hooper. I don't know if you remember the Frankfurt game from last season in the quarterfinals. We had a referee. We didn't get anything from him. This was one of the worst I've seen in a long time, actually. Just didn't get anything from him at all. Clear-cut fouls were not given. Ones that weren't fouls were given. Just disappointing and all, really. Just disappointing. And the heavens opened at 5 o'clock with the rain, just to sum it all up, really.
Just to cut the day off nicely. So you mean you said about the time wasting and things like that? It's one of them, isn't it? When you're there and you're watching it, you get really frustrated.
Yeah.
But you can kind of see why teams do it.
Yeah.
They come with a game plan and they execute it, don't they? And it's
at
the end of the day, they've gone back with the 3 points, and I think that it was we didn't have our first shot on goal until 60 minutes.
Yeah, it was Bergvall, I think, straight in the keeper's arms.
Yeah.
I mean, I was talking to a Bournemouth fan on the train back, yesterday. And he goes, "Oh, if there was one player you would take from Bournemouth, who would it be?" I said, "I'll take two of your players. One Semenyo, and the other one Simon Hooper, the referee. He was playing for you today." So but no, I mean we weren't good enough. Forget the time, we just weren't good enough yesterday, Paul. And no, it's got to improve. Yeah. Luckily, I mean, funny enough, West Ham won today. So they'll be buoyed by that, wouldn't they? When we play them, they'll turn into Brazil in a couple of weeks when we play them.
Well, we were expecting that anyway, wouldn't we? Regardless of today's result, they always seem to run up for us, don't they? Which is nice.
No, you're right. Very true. Yeah, very true.
But so, Jimmy, if we draw a line under yesterday and take that one in isolation and say what, just a bad day at the office, and we kind of dust ourselves down and move on. What have you made of the season so far?
Yeah, I mean, early days in it for everyone. I think we'll be all right. Let's be honest. We're not going to win the league, but I don't see why we can't go for top four. Everyone says, well, Chelsea haven't looked great. Liverpool have won their 3, but haven't looked great in any of them. So it's an early start, and I think we'll be all right. And I think the main thing is, Paul, injuries. If we can avoid them like we did last season, we might have a chance. But we brought some players in now. I don't know. As you asked Kerry earlier on there about tomorrow, I'm really not sure. I think a Kanji might be the one that might come in as a cover for defence. But
do you think he's a realistic? We can get him.
Well, yeah. I mean, do we need him? That's the question. That's what do we really need Kanji? I mean, maybe in the Champions League he might be, a nice cover to have.
Yeah.
But he's not going to dislodge Van der Ven or Romero.
No, I think he's someone that. So I'm just changing my microphone over. I think he's someone that can. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I think he's someone, a Kanji, that can play across the back four, can he? So if we go with a 4 or 3, I think he's someone that will get plenty of game time just because of his versatility. I think he's someone that, do you know what I mean? He's a winner. He's won a couple of Premier Leagues. He's been in a successful side. He can play football. He's good in the air. He's good in both boxes. I think he ticks a lot of boxes, and he's experienced. And he's
the experience helps. Yeah, I agree with that.
And he's not gonna cost the earth, is he? He's someone that's going to come in and well,
look at but we've got Dragusin and Danso there as well. I mean, Dragusin, jury's out on him a bit because he's been injured on and off, but I think Akanji, I think maybe for Champions League experience, definitely, because Danso and Dragusin don't really have that, do they?
No.
So it might be not a bad sign if he does come in tomorrow, hopefully.
Yeah, I think so. Do you think we will? If you had to put your money somewhere, who are we gonna get?
Yeah, the Savinho thing is dragging on as well, so I'm not sure what's going on there at the minute. But I know Thomas Frank said they're looking at one more. I still think we need a striker.
Yeah,
and this, I mean, just going on to strikers a minute with Richarlison. I mean, when things are going well for him, he's the best.
Yeah.
But yesterday, down tools again. Things weren't going for him. Arms in the air, bashing the floor. Get a bit of argy-bargy with his opponents. And when it's working well, it's working well. But we need Solanke's injured again.
Yeah.
And we need a striker. We need a number 9 who's going to put it in the back of the net.
Did we get a lot of that yesterday from Richarlison? No, it doesn't really come across.
Just the usual. Yeah, huff and puff, Paul. Puffing and puffing, and it's not my fault. It's not my fault. Well, you've got to. But to be honest, across the board, I can't just think of that with Richarlison. But we were poor across the board. Vicario kept us in that game, to be honest.
Oh, there was 2 or 3 really good saves, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was. Yeah. So, bad day, as you said earlier, bad day at the office, Paul. That's all I put it down to. Hopefully, it's not a sign of things to come.
No, but, fingers crossed. It's I think we've had a positive start, haven't we? So let's take the positives and hopefully it's just a learning curve. And we do seem to. I mean, with Frank, he does vary things up, doesn't he? We do seem to be able to react to adversity, if you like. If things aren't quite working, he's capable of changing it, isn't he? Which is
which is good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And just a point that Kerry made earlier on there, and she made a point about Postecoglou not animated enough on the touchline.
No,
or not animated at all on the touchline actually. Obviously, we know when we go to games, Paul, when we watch that dugout, don't we? We see what goes on, and there's a lot of movement from Frank, not just from Frank, but from his backroom staff as well. There's always like constant movement there. There's always something going on. If it's not him, it's someone else.
Yeah.
So I like that in him. I like the way he's always on them. And as you said, he might not sink into them whilst he's shouting at them or whatever, but at least there's some animation there on the touchline.
Yeah, how important do you think that is, mate? How important do you think that animated manager or?
Well, yeah, I mean, if you look at last season, when we were losing those, we were there, you know, us boys and girls there, travelling up there, watching Tottenham and getting beat by Leicester's and whatever, God knows what, and him just standing there like that. For me, I don't see how that is getting across to the players.
Yeah.
Well, hang on a minute, if he's standing like that, we're going to perform like that.
Do you think it's like that? Do you think the team, do you know what I mean, not just in the style of play, but do you think the team's attitude is kind of a mirror of whoever's in charge?
Well, yeah. I mean, if you look at Conte, in the Conte season when we finished 4th with that team we had, which is a miracle, by the way.
Yeah.
He's constant. He's on you.
Yeah.
And I think part of that got us to 4th when we beat Arsenal 3-0. That was him.
Yeah.
You know, Conte got a bad rap, and you know, to get us 4th with that team, I thought was miracle working. To be honest.
Yeah, I think it definitely has an impact, doesn't it? If you look at, I think it can go either way, because you look at someone like Klopp, who was very animated on the sidelines and kind of like fought for every ball, didn't he? Albeit he couldn't touch the ball. And his team were like that, weren't they? They were very kind of, like he described it as rock and roll. They were kind of like erratic, very. But then I'm not just saying it because it's Arsenal, but you've got someone like Arteta who tends to flap his arms around and pace up and down almost just for the sake of it.
Well, I was going to say, you can, like, Conte runs up and down, and he managed to get something good out of us because he's a decent manager. Whereas Arteta has got, I think, a squad there near enough to win the Premier League, and I don't think he's good enough. And long may it continue, Paul. I watched him today against Liverpool. He just didn't know. He just didn't know how to beat them. And Liverpool did.
That's it. And it was it was a quality finish, wasn't it? That decided the game.
Absolutely. But they never looked. That Gyökeres don't look any good to me, to be honest with you. I mean, he's almost as fat as me, Paul. And I could bang in a couple for Arsenal, I think.
I'm not saying anything. I'll see you at some point this season. What about Harry then? Harry, come on, mate. What do you reckon?
We was asking about Tottenham. What do you think of the start of the season? Do you think it's gone well?
It's doing all right.
Yeah.
What did you think of the game yesterday, mate?
Wasn't happy.
Poor.
No.
Yeah, he wasn't happy with the referee, was you?
Joke.
No, it was a joke. Yeah, he wasn't happy with the referee.
Was the atmosphere like a bit flat, was it? Or?
Well, to be honest with you, and again, I thought the atmosphere, even at 1-0 down, because we conceded early, it was all right. I have noticed there's a lot less tourists as there was last season.
I was going to ask that at some point. Has that been the case?
So
with Son leaving and
exactly. So Son going. I mean, you look around yesterday, and I had a friend who went to the Burnley game as well, and there wasn't that many Koreans. There's still a few about that have this Son shirt, which is fine. Yeah. But I said this a long time ago, and I sort of got slated for it. But who go, the Koreans come over, they support Tottenham. They don't. No. There might be a few that do, but the majority of them were there for Son.
Yeah.
And if you look now, when LAFC played, the amount of Asians in that crowd was phenomenal. Yeah. It's the same when Messi plays for Miami. I mean, don't get me wrong. I welcome everybody at Tottenham, but the atmosphere did suffer.
Yeah.
Because, like I say, Daniel Levy don't care who pays 60, 70 quid for the ticket. It's being paid. So
no, exactly. That is the thing, isn't it? It's all well and good season ticket holders and things like this down in tools and saying that I'm not going to the game, but your ticket's already paid for. And it's the bottom line that really affects the ownership, isn't it?
I mean, you still get. I mean, I was in 111 yesterday, Rarity, row 3, it was right at the front.
Yeah.
And I've got people in front of me taking pictures of a Bournemouth corner.
Yeah.
And I'm just a bit, all right, listen, they pay their money, they're tourists, they want to watch a game of football. But I just find it a bit odd.
Yeah.
You know my feelings on it, Paul. I mean, I just find it all a bit odd.
Yeah.
As to why.
I think that's the modern day, the culture, really, isn't it? People tend to support these superstars in their own countries and things like that rather than actual clubs, don't they? So I think it was always going to be the case. Whoever Son went to, they were going to take a lot of fans with him.
For sure.
And that was always going to have an impact on the football club, wasn't it?
Yeah. Who was it? Was it Boca Juniors? Was it we saw yesterday? Fans?
Yes.
Yeah, a couple of Boca Junior fans were there yesterday in their Boca tops. We had a chat with them.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and there's a couple of lads at the front with Beckham shirts on. I don't know where they were from or what they were doing, but very bizarre. Yeah, Beckham. One had the Beckham England top. I don't know the other top. And
Real Madrid.
Real Madrid and England with Beckham on the back.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but it's all a bit But the atmosphere was okay, to be fair.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I think I'll be honest with you. I think now if we go on a winning run and start winning these home games, and we get, I think we're in for a good season in terms of atmosphere, and because like I said, now that Ange is gone, the football seems a bit more positive. Apart from yesterday, we've sort of gone back to type there. But I think we've got a be good season. Obviously, when you go yourself, you'll hear it.
So if the atmosphere, we're touching on the atmosphere there. So what do you feel the rest of the season kind of holds for us? Do you think a lot of it hinges on what we do tomorrow, if anything, or do you feel that we're kind of all right? And
Simmons is a big Simmons is a big signing, Paul, massive. I mean, but like I said, I think tomorrow if we don't bring anyone else in, I think we're still a bit light. As I said,
anywhere in particular, or
definitely up front, 100%.
Because as a number 9, somebody to play up top.
So, I look at somebody like Chris Wood, for example, right at Forest.
Yeah.
No airs and graces, no fancy stuff. Gets the ball in the box, scores.
Yeah.
On his head, scores. We need somebody like that. Somebody who's gonna I don't necessarily mean him, but somebody who's gonna put the ball in the back of the net.
Harry Kane.
Exactly. If only he was available. Oh, that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Imagine that.
Exactly. You're never going to get Harry Kane again.
No.
But I thought Lancashire going on loan. I quite like Lancashire. I thought he might have been given a chance. Actually, he was he's a big lad. He scored in Turkey, didn't he? In the Europa League, they gave him a bit of confidence. He also got sent off in that game, but but no, and he scored. I think he scored for Oxford on Saturday.
Oh, he's had a couple though, hasn't he?
Yeah. So, but I don't. We definitely need a strike. I'm not sure who's available. It's difficult, isn't it? We sit here every day, look at it, and go, "Oh, well, why don't we buy in? Why don't we buy in?" It's not as easy as that.
We're not playing Football Manager, are we? It's a different.
No,
it's a completely different.
No. So let's see what happens.
I've seen down the years, a few of these documentaries, the Tottenham one, the Man City one, the Sunderland one was very good.
Oh yeah, I've seen them. Yeah,
but it does give you a good insight into actually what goes on and what factors there are in a player's transfer. I know, our fans are as bad as any really when it comes to social media and getting overexcited and saying really spitting a dummy over why we haven't signed X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
But this, the managers keep saying, like Thomas Frank said the other day, there's so many moving parts to a transfer. It's not just a case of bang, the club accepts the deal, bring him down. Do you know what I mean? It's the family, isn't it? It's the player. Is he going to want the language? There's so many different.
There's a lot. There's a lot that goes on, and I think agents got a lot to play in it as well. These agents are scrupulous, didn't they? They want every piece of the pie, didn't they? They get the sell-on fee. They get the. So like I said, it isn't easy, but I do think though, in terms of negotiations as a club, due to one man in particular, we're probably the worst at it. Yeah, because we just cannot sign a player in 1 or 2 days. It takes 1 or 2 weeks because it's constant penny pinching.
Yeah. This is the frustrating thing for me. It's you see what Liverpool did with their deals, like Verts and things like this. They're linked with him on a Monday, and Tuesday he's holding a shirt up, and it's done deal, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you put the blame on that directly at Levy's door?
Who else is it? Paul, who else there to blame? He's the owner of the club. He came out. I don't know if you saw the thing with Gary Neville, the overlap half an hour thing he did, and he's like, I don't get involved in transfer negotiations. I speak to the manager. I've got Johan Lange. I've got this Vinay there. That's an utter load of nonsense.
Yeah.
Because Steve Parish came out and said about the Ezra, he goes, he was just annoying.
Yeah.
He was just annoying. And that's what he does. And, there's a Tottenham tax, 100%. He comes in, right up the price, because he's gonna go in with half the offer. So
I've heard, down the years, I've heard so many horror stories or stories of where, do you know what I mean? The clubs have agreed a fee, whether it's selling or buying into Tottenham, and then they're literally shaking hands on it, and then Daniel Levy would move the goalposts for some reason, and the fee would change, or the structure of the payments would change, and but like I said with Kerry earlier, with Oscar, I think it is a case of he needs to walk away from a deal knowing that he's got the upper hand over the other person or the other club. He has to win. Do you know what I mean? It's got to be on his terms. If he feels that someone he's negotiating with, whether it be a player, a club, a chairman, whoever, if he feels they've got something out of him that maybe they shouldn't have done, he doesn't like it, does he? I think it's an ego.
It's almost narcissistic, isn't it? His approach to things, and I mean, I've sat there when it was really toxic last season when we were losing those 22 games, and you sing about Levy out, and the people around you looking at us like we're in the wrong, and people just can't see it. And as I said before, people have said to me before, Paul, go and support someone else. So we've got a wonderful, great stadium, and it is a wonderful stadium. It's the best in Europe.
Yeah,
but it's no good if we're not constantly challenging. Yes, we won the Europa League. Yeah, we've got to challenge every year. We've got to be up there.
Yeah. So what do you? I'm going to bring Jay in a minute. I can see Jay has joined our green room. What do you expect for the season then? What represents for you a good season? You say, look, that was all right.
Yeah. A good season for me is qualify again for the Champions League, whichever way that is.
Yeah. So, do you think that's possible? Do you think we'll get that top four, maybe five? Yeah.
Absolutely. Why not?
Yeah.
I mean, looking at the top four now, looking at the top, Arsenal, Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool, they've not really, I know it's only 3 games. They've not really shone, have they? They've not gone, oh my God, wow.
No.
Especially Chelsea, a bit lackluster up front. And we got away with it yesterday as well. So, Champions League qualification is a must, and a trophy.
Yeah.
And, people mock, shirk at the FA Cup. I love the FA Cup. Love to win that. Day trip to Wembley and whatnot. And, But Champions League and a trophy, you take that all day long. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Champions League, so this season, just to kind of wrap it up, this season, where are you kind of expecting for us to finish? Do you think we're out of the group? Do you think?
Good question. Yeah, looking at the fixtures we've got in the group, I think we'll comfortably get out of finishing that top. Is it 8 or 9? Is it in that group? So the top.
Top 8.
Yeah, top 8. If we don't finish there, we're comfortably in the second half of it. Yeah. So, and then looking at the performance against PSG in the Super Cup.
Yeah.
If we play like that in the Champions League, we've got every chance.
Yeah.
And you have to have luck along the way.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah.
But I don't see why we can't get to quarters, semis.
No. Okay.
Why not? Why not?
As
long as we stay injury-free, Paul. That's the main thing. Sorry.
Injury-free. Yeah, I think that's a massive factor, isn't it? But it depends on the we get. I think it's one thing at one stage at a time. Get out the group stage. Which it's never easy, is it? Some of the away games we've got are going to be tough.
Yeah.
And some of the home games are going to be difficult as well. But it just depends on the draw. Do you know what I mean? If we get someone like a Real Madrid in a knockout, you think, maybe next year, but it's.
Arsenal knocked him out, didn't they, last season?
Oh yeah, I think that was. I think Arsenal. You know, without talking about them too much, they played their as good as they could play, really, didn't they? And I thought Real Madrid were off it, and you get that cocktail, you'll get a win, wouldn't you? But
they won the I scored 2 free kicks against Real Madrid trophy, didn't they, last season?
They did indeed. They did indeed. That would go on their in their trophy room. Yeah, so
love it.
But so, what about you, Harry? Where are we going to finish this season, mate? Just to finish it up.
Position.
What would you be happy with?
Third, fourth, fifth, sixth. He's going to go third. There we are.
We'll take that now, won't we?
Funny, he's been talking all day, Paul, and all of a sudden,
is he?
Yeah,
in front of the camera, and
he does another show called One Way Football with a friend of mine called James. He's Arsenal fan, but he follows. So he's quite used to that. But he goes, "Oh, Paul's doing a live. Let's do." So come on then. Yeah, and he said, "No, he's shut up shop, isn't he?"
I think I'll do another one tomorrow evening after the transfer window slams shut.
Well, yeah, great.
Just reflect, and it'd be good if you guys can come back on, and we'll have a chat then as well.
Brilliant. All right. Well, listen, thank you for putting us on. This is really good, so thank you. Thanks.
Yeah, we'll certainly keep it up. So, you're more than welcome. Come on anytime.
And what do you want to say before we go? What you always say to James at the end of the videos? What are we? We know what we are.
Yeah.
Tell him.
Champions of Europe. We know what we are.
There you go.
We certainly are. We certainly are.
Brilliant.
Nice to see you, mate.
Yeah, you too, Paul. Take it easy.
Take care. Cheers, Harry.
See you later. Bye-bye. Bye. Say bye-bye.
Cheers.
Bye. Bye. Bye-bye.
Sorry, there we go. Right. Yep, so that was Harry and Hussein. I think they're living up near the Delamere way somewhere now, but they were regular members with us, and hopefully see them again this season. If you are watching, don't forget, click like and subscribe and all that sort of stuff on YouTube. Get involved. You would have seen a link at some point today, which is StreamYard. Click on that one. You come straight into a little green room at the bottom of my screen. I can see you waiting, and then I can bring you into the main screen. You don't need to talk long if you want. You just want to come in for a couple of minutes, then do so. But yeah, just a reminder, we will be back again tomorrow at some point after 7, so probably about 7:30 once the transfer window's closed. Right, it's going to be nice to see this young man again. I've not seen him for a while. This is Kerry's other half. Kerry might say better half. This is Jay. So let's bring Jay in. How you doing, mate?
All right. How are you?
Not bad. You keep
What's this witchcraft? Yeah. I'm all right. Not too bad. Yes.
Good. Enjoying the football, or are we not allowed to enjoy it just yet?
I don't enjoy it. It's just constant dribble. We were yesterday's match. We were absolutely just. It's like you can see in just the body language that they're not. Can you shut that up? Sorry, I've got an echo.
Oh, that's all right. Yeah, we can hear you, all right?
Yeah, sorry about that.
You're all right.
What was I saying? Yeah, dribble. You can see in the body language that they didn't have anything, energy for wanting to go for a ball. I thought. It's like, and they'll get a ball and they'll keep it.
Yeah.
Brief second. And it's that brief second where you think, well, and Jada's moving that forward quick.
Yeah.
It didn't work out with him, but
Why do you think that is? Do you think that's getting used to the way Thomas Frank wants us to play, or do like we touched on with Hussein and Harry? Do you think it was just one of those days, maybe? Or...
I'm hoping it's one of those days.
Yeah.
I want to watch more football again.
Yeah.
But every time I end up watching a match, it's we end up losing, or we just don't have the oomph that we've normally had.
Yeah.
But that's in my opinion anyway. I don't know.
Yeah, that's so. Let's go back a bit. So where did your love or hatred of Tottenham? Where did it start? When was it?
I never used to like football. Never. Growing up as a kid, I was into martial arts and computers and stuff.
Where did you grow up? Where
Mancunian.
Was it? Yeah.
Family was all Man U. Everyone in the family was Man U. And I tell you where my hatred for Arsenal comes from is watching Man U matches. And there was one of them. There was one match where I think it was with Nistelrooy when he was playing, and you know, he was up at the goal with the ball, and there was like 4 or 5 Arsenal players around him just taking him down. He went on with flippers and snorkel, didn't he?
Yeah.
But always diving. But
was this the
he
one
was
where
on
they
the
were kind
floor.
of jumping all over him when he missed the penalty? Did he miss the penalty? Was that the one?
I'm not sure if it was penalty, but
Was it?
yeah, I remember that. That was jumping all over him. And we'll do it. It's the same sort of thing. They were just, you know, shouting him down and giving him evil. Oh, I hate Arsenal. And it was just, I got a lot of bile from just that little bit. Anyway, I met Kerry, and she wasn't watching football when she'd, you know, a lot of moves and so we met. We met, and then we moved around and stuff. And then one year she said, "Right, I'm watching football again."
Oh, right, okay.
I'm going to start following my team again.
Yeah.
And then I found out she was a Spurs fan.
All right. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So I've got to watch football with you. Oh. And then we went to the first match, my first match, which was the one she said before. I can't remember who it was.
Is it Aston Villa?
On the 25th. 25th birthday. And I absolutely loved it.
Oh, right, okay.
I thought we were playing Arsenal. Start listening to everyone going off at once. And here's me kicking it. The only person in the crowd going, Arsenal bastard. I'm sick of him. Yeah, and she was taking pictures of Red Rob's backside while he was bending over, stretching.
Oh, yeah. So when was this? 2000, when was this? 2000? 2001?
Maybe? 98, something like that.
Rebrov.
Yeah, somewhere like that. I can't remember, to be honest, but it was really... In fact, 25th, what are you? 90s. Yeah, 99. That would have been.
99, was it? Yeah.
April 99. Yeah.
So how was that kind of relationship kind of developed then? Not you and Kerry. I mean, you've gone from strength to strength, but how's your relationship with Tottenham? How's that kind of developed over the years?
Oh, I loved Poch.
Yeah.
I love Poch. And the thing I've noticed, I don't know if everyone else notices this, it's the same time every year when we start. It's about October-ish, November, when we start, you know, when we're showing a big flare. Yeah. And we start getting goals and whatnot. And then just suddenly, not now, I mean, then suddenly, we go off the rails. And around February, March, we start seeing, you know, manager and manager staff, you know, the assistants and whatnot, they're looking a bit sulky and miserable.
Yeah.
But you can see it in the players as well. It's like there's something going on behind the scenes that they're... you can see that there's something happening. And you don't know what, and then everyone, you know, the manager starts, you know, coming out with odd statements and looking miserable and kicking off at the media, like Poch did.
Yeah.
Not Poch. Postecoglou.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
it's always the same.
Yeah, it is. We always kind of go through that cycle, don't we? Like you said, you can see it normally. Do you know what I mean? The performances start to drop. The managers start talking in riddles a little bit, don't they? And they start.
Yeah.
I don't know how much that's down to Levy, whether he starts to get involved from above, and the managers start getting frustrated without actually saying, "Look, he's getting involved."
He does like to put his fingers in the team pie, doesn't he? He likes to think that he's got some football angst about him.
Yeah, well,
he's a businessman. He's a good
Well,
businessman, but you know, keep your sticky fingers out of the tea.
Well, it's the old adage, isn't it? It's leave football stuff to football people and money to money people. Do you remember the All or Nothing, the documentary when Mourinho was in charge, and
Yes.
there was one bit there where there's one scene I'll never forget it. It was when Levy was sat in the in like the players' kitchen, like when they were coming in for breakfast or whatever they were having, and he was sat down with Mourinho, and he was talking about players as if like you mean why they were playing and how well they played and like why they should, and I was thinking then, like, how much does this go on, like how much of an influence, or how much does he try to kind of interfere with football?
Was it just for the documentary?
Yeah, it just makes you wonder, doesn't it? How
likes his face to be seen. I mean, he's done a good job at the stadium, and I don't know. I mean, you end up watching all these clips on YouTube, and everyone's got their own temper. If I've got my own temper, you know, some will say we're better off with what Levy's done.
Yeah,
fair enough. And then we'll hear that he's getting involved in the players, and he's getting involved in the buyers. You know, the buying the players. I mean, that's just recently with Eze. That was ridiculous. That's another thing that is the same. You know, same Levy, different day.
Yeah.
You know, we'd done all the medical and stuff and whatnot, and then we've let him go to someone else. We should have got the deal done straight. I mean, it doesn't matter now because we've got Zibbity Zabbity Zoo. What's his name? Zabby.
Javi Simmons. Yeah, it's happened to quite a few. We've had it quite a few times down the years, haven't we?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like Willian is probably the classic one.
Yeah.
Well, I think like we actually paid for his flights and everything to come to come to England.
Why are we doing this? Surely that'll buy a few more dinners for some players.
Well, I don't know. And then, like, you mean a few minutes later, he's down the King's Road and he's signed for Chelsea. But there's I think we've had like Eden Hazard was another one that was close, and like Morientes, and I think the list just goes on, doesn't it? There's been loads down the years where you think, well, we've got them over the line, and sorry.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Why are we doing all the legwork?
Yeah,
you know, just for this. Oh, we might save 5 million. Well, we've not saved 5 million. We've saved 60 million, and he's gone somewhere else.
Well, exactly, yeah. But you mean the difference is we're talking is like one Beyonce concert or something, isn't it? It's
well, yeah. That is true.
Anyway, we were told that the stadium would be a game changer. So I don't know. Has it been? I don't know. Without the stadium, would we have spent the money that we've spent this summer?
I think the stadium's attracted players.
Yeah.
Well, at first it attracted players.
Yeah.
I think, you know, people were looking at it, and it was. I don't mean them coming. I mean it was all over. You know, Tottenham Stadium, blah, 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 it's unnamed and all this. And then it seems to have gone off the boil a bit. I don't know if that's because Everton's got a new one, and Newcastle's got, you know, started rising up through the league and whatnot. It just seems our news has gone quiet.
Yeah.
And we had a flash of news the end of last season. We're winning a nice big cup, nice big bit of silverware.
Yeah.
But that's it again. You know, it's gone quiet, and is it going to go quiet for another 14 years? We've got a nice big stadium, and players aren't talking about it anymore.
No, that's it. I think I don't know. I don't know what you think, but how much of an impact does a stadium really have on a player wanting to join the club? Do you know what I mean? It's something that they always mention. Do you know what I mean? They always, when we signed players recently, they reel out the script of, oh, it's a beautiful stadium, it's a fantastic training ground. But
is
that
exactly
the deciding factor?
Is that, well, I don't know the stadium's supposed to be this big UFO that landed in London, and all. I was a bit iffy at the time when it came along.
Yeah.
The stadium. I mean, we all had clips of it all over the place. Like every day there was a clip of someone walking past the building site, and, showing the progress. I'm sure there could be a video somewhere, someone compiling all the bits, all the clips and whatnot, and showing it being built bit by bit. No, God, there is. Levy's got a video of it, apparently. So how much does a stadium need to be to bring players in? Well, when it opened, that was it. It was he was going to bring all these players, and that went off the boil. Now we've got a silverware, a nice big beer cup. Well, at the end of last season, it looked like we were going to be having all these wonderful players and all these wonderful goals and whatnot this season.
Yeah.
And then it tips up this season. We've got Thomas Frank. We've done all right. I think the first match was absolutely. I don't know. Was it good?
Well, PSG.
The point I'm getting at is that it seems to be a flash in the pan again. I'm hoping it doesn't continue. With especially yesterday's where we were just off the boil. I don't even know why we were moving faster than a walking pace. We were like half a second behind everything that we should have done.
Yeah, I think yesterday I'm hoping that it was kind of just one of those games. Do you know what I mean? We had a good performance against Burnley, albeit we would be expected to win at home to Burnley. Away to City last week. Do you know what I mean? It's always a tough game up there, isn't it? But a very good result, and I think we had a good performance.
Oh, it was.
And the right sort of performance to go with it. Do you know what I mean? We're not really, albeit we won quite comfortably there last year, 4-0, and we've had some good performances up there.
Yeah.
But it's very difficult to go to somewhere like City and play that kind of open, expansive football, and because it's playing into their hands, isn't it? So I think we played last week. I thought we played the game perfect. Yesterday. Bournemouth are a good side. Do you know what I mean? They're a well-established Premier League side now. They've got a lot of threat going forward. And was it last week or the week before when they played Liverpool? I thought it was very unfortunate not to have got anything from that game, to be fair. And that was at Anfield. Do you know what I mean? I thought they were very unlucky. So, and I think like yesterday, I think Bournemouth will get a lot of results like they got, like they ended up with. I think they'll beat a lot of the better sides, or certainly cause a lot of trouble.
Well, we don't do very well with people flying around the floor, do we?
No, we don't. No.
We tend to get a bit, what are you doing on the floor? And then, it's...
But that's all part of the tactics, isn't it? That's all part of the game, and that's something that, do you know what I mean? If the more and more White Hart Lane or the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium becomes a fortress, teams are going to come and try to disrupt the game and break it up as much as they can, aren't they? So
well,
I think,
that was Liverpool and... can't remember, recently anyway, where the first half hour was Liverpool just being complete a-holes and not actually playing the football. I know really I shouldn't be thinking if I was a Liverpool fan, but if I was, I wouldn't want to go and pay X amount of quid just to go and watch the first half hour of them. I might as well go and stand out back with a pie or something. Pie. And so you travel up 6 hours, 5-6 hours to go and sit and watch the first half hour of people falling about the floor.
Yeah, I think this is something
it annoys me, and I don't. This is probably one of my biggest niggles about football is that it's just you can't watch football, and I think this is how I get frustrated with Spurs is that you know, I'm watching football where it's all rolling around the floor for ages and ages and ages, breaking up the match, breaking up the game, and it's why are we playing like? You know, why are we playing football when no one else is? Why can't we just fall around the floor for ages?
Yeah.
And it really gets on my nerves. Who was it? PSG had thrown. One of their tactics now is to throw the ball up the first. Oh, is it? No, they kick the ball all the way up onto the away side and off the sidelines. So the ball has to be thrown in from that side. And the ball's already up there.
Yeah.
We did some, not we did. Was it? I think I can't remember what match we were watching, and it happened. It was yesterday or day before. Was it Newcastle match? Yeah. The ball went. They just launched the ball from the centre all the way up near the goal on the right hand side. Goes off. They've got to throw it back in, but why is anyone watching that? Why is anyone watching that type of football? Where, I mean, it's just lazy. You know.
Yeah, I think that's the beauty of the game, though, isn't it? It's where you've got that contrast in styles and approaches the games and teams kind of just doing what they have to win. And maybe that is something that we need to kind of, like Mourinho, I think was very good at it, and I think he did it a little bit with us, didn't he? It's that kind of dark arts within the game. I remember a few years ago now.
Funny when he was managing.
Yeah, well, I remember a few years ago when we were playing at Wembley. I'm sure it was against Juventus in the knockout stages of the Champions League. And we were like, for a good portion of the game, I thought, right, we've got them here. But then Chiellini and Bonucci and people like this got up to their old tricks and kind of like, I think it was Pochettino it would have been Pochettino at the time, after the game came out and said it was the dark arts and that kind of won them the game. And that's what we needed at the time to sharpen up on, and maybe that comes from experience, and because we have got a lot of younger lads, haven't we? I think Romero's pretty good at that side of it. Richarlison likes to have a little tussle and a roll around, doesn't he? But
I know he does.
Yeah. But what do you make of Richarlison? Like his start, and is he somebody that you would like to see stay at the club long term, or certainly for the rest of the season, or do you feel we can
definitely need players that do the messing about and threatening people just by messing about, pushing them, shoving them, grabbing them.
Yeah,
it's what other teams do. It's what other players do, and the majority of our players seem not to do it. Although I've seen us swinging arms around more. Yeah. We need players like that, whether it's Richarlison, whether it's
frustrating, isn't it?
We need like the era of Gaza and Vinnie Jones, where whenever they were on the pitch, that was them being arseholes with each other, grabbing his nuts. We need every other team, and we can't manage it.
No,
it's them falling around, just being idiots, wasting half hour. It's either going to. I know it's called a. I don't know if she's going to hear you, but she's echoing you. We definitely need a lot more of that. And I think we play too much nicey football.
Yeah.
Way too much.
Yeah, definitely. I think we do. I think it's something that you've either got it, you haven't you? I don't think it's something that you can kind of ingrain it, teach a player, and you can certainly encourage them to. But so yesterday aside, then, do you think that was just a bit of a blip, and are you quite optimistic for the rest of the season? Do you feel?
It's impossible to say it because it's a new manager, new season, new play style, Ange had us always pressuring. I seem to think that he brought the not anger, the bit of
yeah.
He instilled a lot of that in us, and look, it got us a trophy. I mean, we didn't play through the season at all. We lost every match, but we're concentrating on something else.
Yeah,
I think that is the good thing that Ange brought out of us, and we need to have this with Frank now.
Yeah.
I mean, Frank, you can see him on the side of the pitch, his energy. He's constantly moving around, he's chewing his gum and whatnot. And you can see from his body language and his facial expressions that it means something to him. And hopefully the players pick up on this.
Yeah.
That it's being instilled into them that they're playing actual football and not walking around like they did yesterday.
No, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So, I mean, it's impossible to say that what's going to happen, and it's impossible. It really is. It's beyond anyone's understanding to know whether we're going to do anything good out of this. But
yeah,
I hope that Frank doesn't wipe out the greed for football that Ange put in.
Yeah.
We seem to have carried a bit more of Poch with Ange. That seemed to follow through. The energy, like play for the team and whatnot. And Ange carried that on, didn't he?
Yeah.
Hopefully that's instilled in us now.
Yeah.
It's like 4 or 5 years, isn't it?
Yeah.
And hopefully Frank can carry this on and doesn't wipe it out with another, format and.
Yeah, I think you're right, mate. I think there's a lot of value in what you're saying with there being that kind of crossover between managers.
Yeah.
Because I think as football fans, we feel that we play this way under one manager. We get rid of that manager, and all of a sudden we just forget that, and we.
Sorry, wasn't there? I heard ages ago that it's managers just generally have a 2-year turnaround.
Yeah.
Regardless of club.
I
mean, why is that?
I don't know. I feel it's one of you have like a few months, and then your kind of style comes across, and maybe 2 years is kind of that period of where the chairman and fans. Maybe it's that sweet spot. Do you know what I mean? That 2-year period of where you feel we'll know whether it's going to progress or not. But I'm sure there's a lot of evidence. Well, Man United are probably case in point where there's a lot of evidence where it kind of takes more than 2 years to build a successful side. And I know times have changed and football's moved on and it's more popular now than what it's ever been. But then also about the scrutiny and the analysis and insight into every club and every decision any club or manager makes is that much greater now, isn't it?
I suppose they're more under the magnifying glass because it's all at your fingers.
I think so.
The stats. Maybe
the fans. The thing is, fans now have got, and I think Sky were massively responsible for it. But the analysis that Sky and other TV programs go into now has educated football fans, doesn't it? Every football fan now can talk tactics. They can tell you why a goal was scored, why a goal should have been stopped, and do you know what I mean? And all this does stem from Sky and like their Monday Night Football and things like that, going back to the early 90s when it like 1992, 93. Remember Andy Gray? When he did it on Sky, I think he was kind of the pioneer for it, really, wasn't he? When he kind of came in and got the tactics sorted out, and I think they just kind of explained everything, didn't he? And fans now, you speak to any fan now, and they'll tell you why a goal was scored or why we should play 4-4-2 or 3-5, and make a genuine case for it. So I think like the scrutiny now on manager is every football fan is a successful manager, aren't they? Do you know what I mean?
Everyone armchair manager.
Well, because every week, whatever decision we as fans make regarding the team is always the right decision, isn't it?
Well, yeah, you're right.
Because we'll before the game kicks off, we'll make a point and tell our friends or whoever this is what we should go with, knowing full well that the team won't go with that.
Yeah.
And then after the game, we'll also analyse it and say where it went wrong. So I think we're all kind of perfect football managers, aren't we?
Yeah.
Without the contract.
Yeah. I rely on Kerry for the stat.
Do you?
Yeah.
Stats, is she?
She knows everything. Yeah. She knows everything. Podcasts all day when she's working. Podcast.
Yeah.
She knows everything about it. Yeah. I know absolutely. Well, not absolutely nothing. I mean, I'm like every other bloke on the side of the, watching people kick a ball about. Why have you just done that? Why did you not just pass it there?
Yeah.
And everyone seems to have the knowledge of the ref. Ref is another thing. Have you noticed the ref this season is always in the middle?
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Yeah. What are they doing? I mean, I know they have to be so close up to the ball, but do they have to be inside the player?
Yeah.
We're crossing the ball, and it's got to be a quick move, and it just the ref is just there. What the hell are you doing there, right next to the ball when it's just gonna go? There's so many times. It's ridiculous.
It's difficult, isn't it? It's a thankless job, and I think you mean like every refereeing decision is analysed. I think they're almost kind of moving away from making those decisions now, aren't they? When it's a big decision, you can see now they take their time with it. They're almost kind of like listening to the VAR and
do they need to be so close to the action if VAR is there constantly? I mean, a toe offside.
Yeah.
VAR has ruled it, so the ref has to go with it.
Yeah.
Why is the ref even there?
Wow.
In the way.
Yeah. It's a strange one, isn't it? But
there's so many of our balls that just, and it's regardless of team, I suppose. It just, the important kicks that would get the ball going, and you can see how it's going to happen.
Yeah,
you can see that the formation. It's going to be a set piece. No, it's not going to be. It's just going to be a free for all against the goalie over the top, and the ref is there in the way, and you can see the ball hasn't gone where it should have gone, where it was going to go. And we've taken that brief moment of a second to have to move the ball in a different way, and it could just if you could watch a football match in slow motion.
Yeah, I think Kerry's just put on the chat, VAR is completely ruining the game now. Can't celebrate a goal anymore. And I think Kerry's right. She's absolutely spot on. Like when you're in the stadium and you kind of get that half-hearted, everybody celebrates initially, and then you kind of look around yourself and think, oh, what's the referee doing? What's the linesman doing? And you kind of, it does take a lot away from it.
You're all stood there hanging around waiting with a message on the screen. I mean, you get a voice now, don't you?
Yeah, I think they are. I think they are working towards, I don't know, an end product, if you like. But inside the stadium, the experience is very poor. Like you watch it at home, you can see every angle. You can hear the commentator, the analysis of what's happened, why it's happened. But inside the stadium, all you see is really a screen that will tell you checking offside or checking possible penalty or red card, and that's it. Everyone's just stood there looking around thinking. And the classic one for me was the Champions League semi-final against quarter-final against Manchester City. We had one there, like we were in the south stand actually, right behind it when I think Man City had the goal disallowed.
Or
was it a penalty? I think it was a penalty. Did they get a penalty and miss the penalty, and nobody knew why they got it, and it was just a bit, it was just chaos. Do you know what I mean? We're all stood there looking around thinking, well, everyone's checking their phones and trying to find out what's going on. And you've paid, I don't know, you mean a lot of money to sit there and watch or stand there and watch the game.
Yeah, what is ticket price now?
Oh, it varies, mate. I think the top standard price without any kind of perks is 98 quid or something for a Cat A. It depends where you sit in the ground, but they go from like that down to what, mid-30s, I suppose. It depends where you go, north, lower.
It's
like
all right if you're paying 30 quid.
Yeah, there's plenty of
I bet
games.
There's people watching going to say, well, 30 quid's way too much. I can watch it for 5 quid on TV.
Yeah. I think if you paid £1 yesterday, it would have been too much, wouldn't it? But
yeah.
I think we tend to go north lower, which is like where they tend to put most supporters clubs now.
Yeah.
And that's the cheap. They're the cheaper end of tickets, so it's not.
Are you all sat together, or are you in?
We all sit together, and yeah. If people request, we've got. Sorry.
Seems to have changed a bit. We just get a random bunch of tickets with a club.
Yeah, we can apply for different areas of the ground. But most of ours tend to be north lower, and everyone kind of just sit together. Some specifically want to go to south lower. Or south stand even, and they'll go down there. But most of us tend to just stay north lower now, which is all right. It's not too bad.
No,
it's all good.
You get
fun.
a good view. Unlike
definitely. Yeah,
it's like 25 meters away from the bloody pitch. Have you seen what they've done? It's just ridiculous. They've put boards up next. They've put grass carpet down at the side of the pitch. They've put boards up on the grass carpet, and then they've disguise that with bigger boards next to the crowd so you don't see the running track.
Oh, the gap. Yeah, there's nothing you can do with it though, is there? You've got a running track. You just logistically you can't really do a lot with it, can you? But
can't imagine about watching that.
No.
I mean, it's bad enough for me anyway watching it.
Yeah,
they all look like stupid blurred dots when I was at the matches, but you get a nice atmosphere of it. I don't know. What's the atmosphere like there now?
It's all right. It depends. It's much the same as the old White Lane, I think. You mean, everybody says, and I agree, White Lane on a good you mean when you get a good game, a good night game, or an Arsenal game, or something like that, the place was rocking.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong, I've been to games there against Southampton when it was 0-0 after 70 minutes, and Sunderland and Charlton and teams like this, where you could hear a pin drop for an hour. So don't be disillusioned by people thinking that the new ground is so much different than the old ground. It's really not. It just depends on. It
was built with acoustics in mind, wasn't it?
It was, and like the old ground obviously wasn't, was it? But the atmosphere there, it was half the size, and you kind of made the atmosphere yourself, But
you could hear it more.
Yeah, but like last season we were fortunate enough. We went to the Bodo Glimt semi. The semi-final, the first leg, and that's the best atmosphere I've seen in that stadium. It was unbelievable. Really? It was unbelievable. Yeah, they encouraged everybody to wear white as well, and like Bodo Glimt were all yellow, and that kind of added to the theatre of it. But it was unbelievable. It was really, really good. But But right, we'll leave it there, Jay.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for coming on, mate.
Thanks. Nice chatting to you.
But say hello to Kerry and thanks for coming on. What we'll do is we'll do another one tomorrow about 7:30. So if you want to jump on and just have a little summary of whatever's happened, I've got a little fly buzzing around here about what's happened or not happened tomorrow, then jump on it and have a chat.
Have a good natter about how we've just signed Eze.
Yes, that's it. What could possibly go wrong? But
all right.
Thanks, mate. Good to see you, mate. Have a good nice talking to you, and hopefully speak to you tomorrow.
Okay, you have a good one.
Take care, mate. Cheers, Kerry.
Good. Bye.
All the best. Bye-bye. Yeah, so that was Jay and Kerry, both big Tottenham fans, and we heard a little bit about how they got into the club and how they kind of grew together, really loving Tottenham. So we're going to wrap it up for tonight. Thanks for everyone that's been on and got involved. Thank you very much. Tonight was really just a case of getting the Spurs fans on, having a bit of a chat, and just testing the whole thing that we've got here, and just to make sure kind of everything works and that kind of thing, really. So I think it flowed all right. I think I had a microphone issue at one point, but I'll sort that out. What I'll do is I'll do a transfer deadline day kind of episode tomorrow. We'll only run it for maybe an hour or so, but we'll do it from 7:30 and see how that goes. But I'll advertise that a bit wider So if you are watching, feel free to share the links and things like that, and just see if we can get other football fans on and maybe get a little bit of a chat going. It'd be interesting to see other clubs and things like that, and how they got on, and whether they're happy with their transfer window and season and things like that. So yeah, thanks for everyone for getting involved this evening, whether you've been involved with the show or whether you've just watched or anything like that. Thank you very much. Don't forget, head over to if you're on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe. No, wrong way, just there. Yeah, if you do that, that'd be great. Share it if you can, and we'll hopefully keep this going a couple of times a week, and hopefully it will grow. And yeah, we can get other football fans involved. That's the idea, really, is to get other fans, a broad range of football fans involved. So yeah, thank you very much for everyone that's got involved tonight, and we'll see you tomorrow after about 7:30. Thank you. Good night.